A lot of people dream big. Yeah, you should dream big. Dreaming big is what sets you apart. It's where it all starts. Some of you want to be doctors, lawyers, dentists, making that big money right. Some of you want to be special operations warriors. You've got that big dream in your head and you see it so clearly. It's like it's already yours. You can almost reach out and grab it. But here's the cold, hard truth. When you dream big enough, that dream's going to turn into a fucking nightmare at some point. It always does. And in that nightmare, all these nasty ass questions will start hammering you. Say you want to be in special ops then. Then one day you realize you suck at swimming. You're slow as shit on the runs. You're uncoordinated. Maybe you start bombing your tests. That's when the floodgates open and all those dark ass thoughts pour in. Why the fuck am I here? I'm not good enough. I don't belong. Let me tell you something. I've been there. I know those questions like they're old friends. They will own you if you let them. If you don't have answers for them, you're done. You'll quit. You'll walk away from your dream like it was never yours to begin with. But the answers, they're in the work. They're in the fucking grind. Every damn rep, every mile, every shitty day when you want to quit, but you don't. You cannot forget the work. That's where the growth happens. That's where you dominate. Always, always embrace the suck. The suck is your training ground. The suck is where you're forged. What statement are you making to yourself in the world? This isn't just about showing up. This is about the psychology of savagery. I wasn't the fastest runner. Not by a long shot. But you know what I did? I found out who the competition was and I outworked their asses. I ran in the heat. I ran in the cold. I made sure they saw me suffering harder than they were willing to. I got in their fucking heads before the game even started. The other day I saw Tony Ferguson weigh in for a UFC fight that got canceled. That crazy motherfucker still stepped on the scale ready to go. You know why? He wanted his opponent to know. I'm still here. I'm in your fucking head. I'll be in your nightmares. That's what this is about. Your hands, your grind, your fucking will. Those are your weapons. Use them. Remember this. No matter how much it sucks, no matter how dark it gets, stay fucking hard. Always. Man, life doesn't give a fuck about you. It will blindside you, hit you from every fucking angle, and leave you wondering what the hell just happened. Be prepared. It's 6 degrees out here and I'm underdressed. Guess what? Nobody gives a shit. You still have to get the fuck out there and get it done. Life will hijack your mind if you let it. It'll fuck with your head, twist your thoughts, and send all your goals and dreams straight down the drain. Your girlfriend or boyfriend breaks up with you. Tough shit, they're gone. Get over it. You failed a test after busting your ass. Too fucking bad, you failed. Move on. At work, you grind harder than anyone and someone else gets that promotion. Maybe they kiss better ass than you. Guess what? It doesn't matter. Get the fuck over it. Life's goal is to break you to own you. But you can't let it. You've got to own your mind. Don't let life or anyone else control your fucking thoughts. Take that shit back. Push through. When I first joined the military, I got the shittiest advice ever. Blend in, they said. Don't stand out. Don't volunteer for anything. Stay under the radar. That's the kind of advice that keeps you soft, mediocre, and average as fuck. If I'd listened to that bullshit, I'd still be 297 pounds, too fat to run, too scared to swim, and too weak to chase my dream of becoming a SEAL. I wouldn't have finished Ranger School. I wouldn't have run ultras. I wouldn't be the man I am today. Look around you. Most people are fucking sheep blending and following the crowd and doing just enough to get by. That's not you. Change your fucking mindset. Never blend in. Never settle for being like everybody else. There are going to be days, hell, most days, when you don't want to do a damn thing. When every fiber of your being is screaming at you to quit. But you can't quit. This isn't a hobby. This isn't a game. This is your fucking life. What are you saying to yourself in those moments? That's the shit that matters. There's no coach, no trainer, no cheering squad. It's just you versus you. And the question is, how far are you willing to push yourself? Stay uncommon. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're fucking done. Determination, discipline, hard work. People hear those words and they act like it's some kind of fucking punishment. But let me tell you something. Those words, they're the ultimate sign of respect for yourself. You think they're a burden? Nah, man. They're the damn blueprint for owning your life. Hate me. Love me. Think whatever the fuck you want about me. I don't care. I don't do this shit for you. I do it because I know who the hell I am. And when you figure out who you are, stop trying to fit into this bullshit version of life just to blend in. Stop living like a fucking chameleon. Say something. Make your life mean something. And when you fail, and you will fail, the answers you're looking for, they're buried in the pain, the struggle, and the suffering. Life is the ultimate fucking test, and the answers aren't written in some book. They're carved into you every time you fall flat on your face. You want to grow. You want to be better. Then learn to live in the suffering. You don't get better by avoiding it. I visit pain and failure like most people visit the gym. You go there for an hour and then you leave thinking you did enough. Guess what? That's not enough. You want to change your life. You've got to visit the suffering every day. It's not a 1 hour a day kind of deal. It's a fucking lifestyle. People walk up to me and they say, man, you're that Navy SEAL. You went through Ranger School. You did Air Force Tech P training. Yeah, that's what they see. But you know what I see when I look at myself? I see the guy who failed the ASVAB 3 fucking times. I see the guy who got kicked out of pararescue in the Air Force. I see the guy who failed Navy SEAL training twice before finally making it. That's what I know about me. And let me tell you something. Those failures, they're the reason I'm here today. They made me who the fuck I am. When I first joined the Navy, I had to go reserves because I was too damn fat to get into active duty. I was a weekend warrior, 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Sound familiar? A lot of us live our lives like that. We put in half-ass effort and expect full-ass results. It doesn't work that way. The real purpose in life is this. How much do you respect yourself? How do you look at yourself when no one's watching? That's an everyday fucking journey. You have to look at suffering the same way you look at failure. You want to succeed. You must fail. You have to learn from the pain, the doubts, the insecurities, and the shit that eats away at you in the dark. You can't hide from it. You have to face it head on every single day. The message is simple, man. Change your mindset, and you can attack anything. People doubted me, but I didn't give a fuck. I got back up round after round like Apollo Creed in that 14th round. And when you keep getting back up, no matter how strong life is or how hard it's beating the shit out of you, eventually life looks at you and says, you know what? I'm fucking tired. That's what I want. I want life to be tired of coming after me. Trying hard isn't something you do once in a while. It's not a box you check off. It's a fucking mentality. Stop telling yourself you're doing enough. You're not. Life is never enough until you can look around and say, fuck man, I'm outworking everyone. That's when you know you've done enough. When you've bled, suffered, and sacrificed so much that even the grind itself can't keep up with you anymore. Until then, you've got more to do. A lot of us are so full of shit, it's unbelievable. And I know because I used to be one of those motherfuckers. We think we're grinding, we think we're working our asses off, but the truth, most of us don't even know what hard work really fucking means. You've been hitting the gym for a month and don't see results. Boo fucking who? You're studying for 30 minutes and tanked your test. What the fuck do you expect? Results don't come from excuses, they come from effort. And guess what? You're not putting in enough work. You have to do more. There's no magic to this shit. You have to wake up every single day, look at yourself in the mirror and say, fuck, today's gonna suck. And then when that day is done, you get your ass up the next morning and say, fuck, tomorrow's gonna suck too. It's not about avoiding the suck. It's about embracing it. That's the only way you get better. If you're not grinding, if you're not working your ass off, you're lying to yourself. You think you're trying hard based on what? Your half-ass effort isn't cutting it. You need to do more. That's the secret. It's the only secret. Outwork everyone. That's how you find out who the baddest motherfucker is. The most important conversation you ever have isn't with your boss, your family, or your friends. It's with yourself. That voice in your head. It's there when you wake up. It's there when you're eating lunch. It's there when you're eating lunch. It's there when you fall asleep. And eventually that voice will dictate your actions. Right now, for a lot of you, that voice is full of excuses and bullshit. It's telling you no one understands me. No one knows what I'm going through. And if you let that voice run your life, guess what? You're going to stay right where you are, miserable and stuck. You have to change the dialogue. You have to callous over that victim mentality that's holding you back. I used to have that same mentality. No one understands me. No one gets how hard this is. Bullshit. There are millions of people out there going through their own kind of hell. You're not special. You're not alone. The difference is they're just hiding it better than you are. That's it. They're better at masking their pain. But here's the thing. Stop fucking hiding. Face your shit. When I self-published my book, people told me this isn't going to resonate. No one's going to buy this book. I said, are you even paying attention to the world? Everyone's going through some shit. You're not unique. You're not the only one struggling. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you can move past it. A lot of you are looking for inspiration and motivation while living in a depressed ass mindset. You're depressed because you're not doing shit with your life. You'll find inspiration when you start living in the grip of life. That's where growth happens. You need to put challenges in front of yourself and attack them. That's where you find purpose. That's where you find out who you really are. Start small if you have to. Try to be 10% better than you were last week. Run 33 miles instead of 30. Swim 550 meters instead of 500. And if you're not doing a damn thing right now, your 10% is getting off the fucking couch. The more you run from accountability, the weaker you become. You're not going to find yourself sitting on your ass. You find yourself in the grip of life. You can't unlock your potential by doing nothing. Stop lying to yourself. Stop hiding. Get out there. Attack the day. We live in a world full of soft-ass excuses and sugar-coated bullshit. Everyone's walking around trying to find the nicest fucking way to tell the truth. Like, oh, I don't like your shirt, but they'll say, oh, maybe that color isn't your best. Fuck that. If you're looking for that kind of weak-ass approach, this ain't it. And neither is my book, Can't Hurt Me. You want to grow. Then stop lying to yourself. Start with a raw, unfiltered conversation with the accountability mirror. That's where the truth lives. Man, I wasn't big boned or a little out of shape. No. I was fucking fat. I wasn't struggling with reading. I couldn't fucking read. I was at a 4th grade level as a grown-ass man. Sometimes I even called myself stupid, not to tear myself down, but to be real. The sooner you face the truth, the sooner you can fix your shit. Here's the thing. None of this is pretty. None of this is easy. What you need to succeed is brutal honesty and a work ethic so savage it scares people. And that's the hardest part. This ain't a fucking self-help program with 5 magical steps to make you feel good. This is about straight up callousing your mind and killing your victim mentality. Day one, you show up to a job interview with your clothes pressed, your mindset sharp, ready to crush it. But after a few weeks or months, you start slipping. You're showing up late. Your clothes don't look as good. You're eating bullshit for breakfast and your mind's getting softer by the day. Success isn't a one-time effort. It's about repetition. Every single fucking day, we surround ourselves with people who make us feel better, who tell us what we want to hear. And we avoid the ones who spit the truth. We even create that comforting bullshit in our own heads. It's okay. Guess what? It's not okay. It hasn't been okay for a long time, and until you're ready to admit that nothing's going to change. Too many of you give your life over to chance. You just hand it over to life saying, here, you take it. Oh, fuck that. Take control. Every morning I wake up and prepare my mind for war because life's going to throw punches. And if you're not ready, it's going to knock you the fuck out. Strengthen your body, strengthen your mind. That's your armor. But most people only focus on the physical. They forget the real battle is in the mind. When shit gets hard, when life hits turbulence, we crumble. We focus so much on failing that we forget to fly the plane. And that plane, that's you. You lose sight of destination. You stop grinding. You give up. But here's the truth. Life isn't about medals or certificates, houses, cars, or money. It's about scars. Those scars, they're your proof. They show how far you were willing to go, how many times you got knocked down and stood back up. They tell the world I'm still here. Scars are earned. They're proof that you pushed past fear, past failure, and tested your fucking limits. If you can dream and not let those dreams own your ass, then you'll find strength. Dreams are the easy part. Everyone's got them. I had dreams when I was younger, big ones. But you know where I learned how to make those dreams happen? Isolation. When I stepped into isolation, I was David Goggins. When I came out, I was Goggins. That's where the real shit happens. That's where you strip away the excuses, the bullshit, and find out who the fuck you really are. You don't build a warrior surrounded by comfort and distractions. You go into the dark, you go into the grind. Whether you're training for a fight, climbing out of a shitstorm in life, or just trying to become something better, you step the fuck away from all the noise. That's where your mind sharpens. That's where your focus gets laser tight. Right now, a lot of people are being forced into solitude, stuck in their homes, stuck in their heads. And you know what? That's a gift, but most people don't see it that way. They don't want to be alone with their thoughts because that's when the truth comes out. Life is the most brutal endurance sport there is. It doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. It's relentless. It's going to keep coming at you day after day, and you better be the kind of person who's ready to fight back. But here's the truth most people don't want to face. You're not ready. You're not even close. You don't want to face the ugly shit about yourself. You don't want to admit you're lazy, undisciplined, or scared. So you keep running from it. You use life as one big fucking distraction. But now, those distractions are gone. This is your time. Right now. Stop avoiding the hard shit. Get a piece of paper, sit your ass down, and write out everything you hate about yourself. Stop looking at me or anyone else to save you. You want a hero. You look in the fucking mirror. That solitude you're in right now, it's not punishment. It's where you find out who you really are. Face the shit you've been running from. Look at the weak parts of yourself and decide to fix them. Stop being okay with mediocre. People forget this about me. I used to be just like you. I was the fat guy who didn't give a fuck. I got D's and F's in school. I blamed everybody else for my problems. I wasn't even average. I was below average. You know why I stayed like that for so long? Because I didn't care enough to change. I didn't give a shit about myself. And that's your problem, man. You don't care enough about yourself to stay in the fight. You don't care enough to fix your bad grades to stop being lazy. To stop sitting around watching other people live the life you wish you had. Man, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to give a fuck about your excuses. You're either going to stay stuck where you are, or you're going to decide to fight. I get asked all the time, Goggins, how do I fix my life? How do I get out of this shit? You know what I asked them? What the fuck have you done to help yourself? And 9 times out of 10, they ain't done a damn thing. Here's the truth. Most of us think we're grinding harder than we are. You wake up early for a few days and suddenly you think you're owed something. You think you deserve results. But let me be real with you. You haven't earned shit. You've got to kill that entitled mindset. It's weighing you down like dead fucking weight. The hard truth, you're not working as hard as you think. Most of us aren't. And until you admit that you're going nowhere, the one thing you need to burn into your brain is this. Learn to help your damn self. Stop looking for handouts. Stop waiting for someone to come save you. No one's coming. Here's the thing. Once you change one thing, your mindset, you'll see how you can attack everything. Everything changes when you flip that switch. But don't think for a second that life's going to get easier. With success comes haters, always. But let me tell you something. Don't waste time crying over their bullshit. Use it. Use them as fucking fuel. Burn their words. Store them in your mind. Put their names in your mental Rolodex and pull them up when you need them. That person who said you weren't fast enough, good enough, smart enough, whatever the fuck it was, use that as energy to crush everything in front of you. Don't kill them with kindness. Fuck that. Destroy them with your success. In life, you've got to push past every odds stacked against you. Use everything the world throws at you as fuel. That's the real secret. People ask, what are you chasing, Goggins? Is it trophies, fame, money, love? Nah, man, I'm chasing a feeling. A feeling of victory, not for anyone else, not for likes on Instagram, not for clout for me. The second I realized I was in this world alone, everything changed. No one's coming to save me. No one's handing me shit. That's when I stopped lying to myself, stopped filling those weak ass pockets in my life with excuses. Let me tell you a story. I was out in Colorado for a conference, right? I hit the gym and this trainer calls me over to talk to his group. He asks, what kind of workouts are you doing? I tell him I'm climbing this mountain, 3,000 feet, 3 miles every single day. The next day I look for him on the mountain. Nothing. Day after that, still no sign of him. Then one day I'm out there grinding up that same mountain. There's a gondola that runs to the top. I'm about 5 minutes from the summit and I look up at the gondola. There he is. His face is pressed against the glass watching me. That's the look. That's called taking a motherfucker's soul. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Stop preaching what you're not practicing. Get out there and do the work. All the energy you need, all the fucking fuel you're searching for, it's already inside you. You're sitting there looking everywhere else, but it's right fucking there. Let me tell you something. You've got a shitload of insecurities. You've got doubts. You've got fears. Guess what? That's the gold mine. That's where I found my drive and all that ugly, dark shit I hated about myself. Finding drive in your own insecurities. That's the most powerful fucking thing in the world. When you flip the script and turn fear, doubt, and weakness into fuel, you become unstoppable. I don't just embrace suffering. I love it. I thrive in it. Because suffering is competition, and competition shows you what the fuck you're made of. It's like stepping into the Roman Coliseum, blood and sweat everywhere. No hiding, no excuses. Just you in the fight. You think you've done enough. Think again. Got into the NFL, not enough. Ran a 10K, not enough. Became a doctor, be a better one. Lost 50 pounds, great. Now do something with it. The truth is, it's never enough. That's the mentality. Tonight, tomorrow, every damn day. You've got to keep pushing because it's still not enough. People always ask Goggins, how do you keep grinding every day? Simple. I take my fears, my insecurities, and my doubts, and I use them. When I was 300 pounds, I was just a scared, insecure kid, lying to myself and everyone else. I had to face all that shit head on and find drive in the pain. We all want passion. Guess what? Passion is all around you. But you're too busy feeling sorry for yourself to see it. When I started this journey, I set one goal. It'd be the hardest motherfucker alive. That's what Can't Hurt Maine is all about. Whatever you think you are, you've got to grind your ass off to make that shit real. And here's the hard part. Sometimes your motivation has to come from this because no one else wants to fucking do it. We need doctors. We need teachers. But we also need savages. Let me be clear. This message isn't for everyone. Some of you want to hear that soft shit, like make sure you've got sunscreen on. If that's you, then keep walking. This message is raw. It's dangerous. It's not for the weak. And I'm not asking you to be like me. I'm asking you to be you. The real you. So what the fuck are you waiting for? We spend a third of our lives asleep. And somehow we still think we can take fucking days off. We convince ourselves we deserve options. Fucking options on whether or not we're going to show up. Am I going to run today? Am I going to work out? Oh, it's Christmas. It's New Year's. It's my birthday. Let me ask you something. Do you think time gives a single fuck about what day it is? Time doesn't care. Time keeps moving whether you're grinding or sitting your lazy ass on the couch. The problem. You've given yourself too many fucking options. You've made quitting acceptable. Time is running out, man. Every second you spend wondering what to do, doubting yourself or following the crowd, you're wasting the most valuable resource you'll ever fucking have. Stop following the crowd. Most people are soft as hell. They take time off, they give excuses, and they pat themselves on the back for mediocrity. Guess what? That's not you. You're here because you're looking to be something more. Sometimes your motivation has to be this. Because no one else wants to fucking do it. Man, there are two types of people in this world. First, the ones with a brittle mindset. These are the people who look for a way out every time shit gets tough. They're the ones who quit the race and say, I'll come back next year. They drop out because life isn't going their way. Then there's the savage mindset. A savage doesn't give a fuck about how things feel. When everything's going wrong, when life's on fire, they're not thinking about weddings or parties or holidays. They're thinking, how the fuck am I going to get through this? Look, man, if you're sitting around waiting for some magical feeling to show up, I feel great today, let's crush your energy. It's never going to fucking come. Stop waiting for motivation. You've got to learn to move your ass when you don't want to. You've got to build that savage, animalistic mindset that says, I don't give a fuck how I feel, I'm doing it anyway. Savages don't wait for permission. They don't ask for someone to hype them up. They just fucking do it. Man, the world isn't going to hand you shit. The path forward is hard, lonely, and brutal. But if you want it bad enough, you'll walk that path anyway. And when you do, you'll come out the other side unrecognizable. Life is full of fucking puppet masters, man. People love to find your weaknesses, pull your strings, and take up rent-free space in your damn head. They'll walk your ass around life like they own you. But let me tell you something, cutting those strings, that's your fucking job. You've got to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet and own your shit. And the way you do that is through building self-respect, self-esteem, and self-discipline. Stay hard isn't just some gym slogan. Fuck the gym if you're not ready to take it to every part of your life. Staying hard is about going that extra mile when you don't want to. It's about showing up when your mind is telling you to quit. That's what builds self-respect. That's what builds the kind of self-esteem that no one can touch. You don't earn that shit by being comfortable. And listen, the second you start stepping away from average, people are going to hate your ass. Why? Because your growth makes them feel small. Most people are too weak to do the work themselves, so they'll judge the hell out of you instead. And nowadays, it's even easier to be a fucking coward. They don't have to say it to your face. They'll hide behind Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, throwing shade like little bitches. Don't let those cowards crawl into your head. Maybe you had a rough start. Maybe people laughed at you, called you dumb, made you feel small. Maybe you were the underdog, the one no one believed in. Good. That's where the power is. If you've ever been a victim, use that shit. Turn your pain into fucking success. Don't aim for revenge. Aim for the wreckage. Because one day those same people who fuck with you, they might come crawling to your door. And when they do, you got choices. Show mercy or tell them to go fuck themselves. Me, I say fuck off and find your own way. But be smart. Don't spit in the wind. That shit will fly back in your face. Keep your head down, stay on your grind, and don't lose focus. Life isn't about proving shit to anyone else. It's about becoming the hardest, baddest motherfucker you can be. Here's the truth. Your inner voice is a sneaky little bastard always trying to invade your mind. It'll creep in when you're weak, poke at you. When you're tired and straight up try to take over if you let it. But fuck that noise, you gotta own your headspace. Live in your world and don't let anyone, not even your own soft-ass thoughts, take control of it. Every damn day I'm out here running 20 miles, getting up before the sun, going to bed early, eating clean. Not that bullshit you keep telling yourself is okay just this once. But last week, that shit started to wear me down. Normally, I don't even think about it. I lace up my shoes and hit the fucking pavement. No excuses. But lately, that internal voice has been running its mouth. Oh, you're tired. You need a break. Take it easy today. And you know what? I caught myself just sitting there staring at my damn shoes for 30 fucking minutes making excuses instead of getting after it. So I did something. I recorded that little bitch voice in my head, played it back. You know what I heard? A punk. A damn quitter. That voice wasn't me. It was the version of me that loses. So I told it to shut the fuck up and got out there anyway. Man, I'm haunted every single day by one thought. There's somebody out there working harder than me. That shit keeps me up at night. It lights a fire in my soul. While you're out here chasing comfort, there's someone willing to bleed for what you're too scared to face. Someone who sacrifices sleep, ignores their cravings, and gets after it no matter what the cost. That person is out there and they're gunning for the top. So here's the thing. Be that person. Be the one who haunts someone else. Make sure when they think of their competition, it's your name and face they see. Be the standard they can't reach. Be the unstoppable force that makes them quit. Another year has come and gone, and let's be real, a lot of why all are in the same fucking spot you were last year. Same weight. Same weight, same problems. Same excuses. And now here we go again, making promises we don't mean. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do better in school. I'm going to be better here, better there. But guess what? Talk is cheap, motherfucker. When all the noise fades, when the hype wears off, and it's just you against you, that shit gets real. No one's clapping for you anymore? The endorphins? Gone. That little promise you made to yourself about getting up early, working out, eating right, studying harder. That shit gets hard now. Repetition, it ain't sexy. It's boring. It's tough. And most of why y'all can't hack it. You start looking for the easy way out. That's why you need someone in your corner who won't let you quit. Someone who, when you throw in the towel, throws that fucking towel right back in your face and says you're not fucking done yet. This time of year, it's all the same bullshit. You get a gym membership. You tell yourself, I'm going to change. You make promises like you're writing a damn self-help book. But here's the truth. Most of you ain't following through. Why the fuck are you waiting for New Year's? What's so special about January 1st? You think it's a magical day where suddenly all your problems are going to fix themselves. Nah, man, fuck that. If you're serious about change, you don't wait. You start right the fuck now. You give yourself too many damn options. Should I run today? Should I work out? Should I push it off? The answer is yes, motherfucker, you should. Because while you're debating, time is laughing in your face. So let me tell you this, time is running out. You don't have the luxury to sit around wondering what you want to do. Stop following the crowd. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Those people taking time off, they're not you. You can't afford to be like them. But let me tell you something, confrontation is coming. It's not you versus your boss, your circumstances, or some external bullshit. It's you versus you. That alarm clock goes off and that's the fucking battlefield. That's the moment when the demon creeps in and whispers go back to sleep. You deserve it. What the fuck is that? You gonna listen to that weak ass voice? Or are you gonna fight? And 2020. That year wrecked a lot of people. Jobs lost, businesses gone. Families destroyed, people fighting for their damn lives in hospitals hooked up to machines. That kind of pain doesn't just leave, it carves deep into your soul. It leaves scars on your mind. Now, people look at me and think I'm out here running from demons. Nah, man, this ain't about demons. It's about discipline. I am a disciple of discipline. But let me drop some truth on you. You can't outrun your demons. You can't bury them, hide from them, or hope they go away. Those fuckers will find you every damn time. The only way to beat them, face them head on. Look them dead in the eye and make them your bitch. Here's the difference between me and most people. When I take on a hard-ass task, I don't let it overwhelm me. I don't look at it and think, oh shit, I can't do this. You've got to stay open to the possibility that you can win. The moment you shut your mind down, it's over. Done. You've already lost. When you're in a fight, whether it's against a goal, a situation, or your own damn self, you can't back down. You have to attack. Keep attacking until whatever the fuck is in front of you knows you're not going to stop. You've got to break its soul, break its will, break its fucking existence. Devise a way to dismantle whatever's in front of you, whether it's a person, a challenge, or your own excuses. Because let me tell you something. Nothing wants to stand in front of relentless. Nothing. Man, I don't let these weak ass people tell you how to feel. Society's always trying to dictate your emotions, trying to box you and telling you should feel tired. You should feel defeated. You should feel defeated. You should feel like giving up. Fuck that. You take control of how you feel. When you're beat down, when you've got nothing left, that's when you give more. You lean into the misery. You grab hold of that pain, that discomfort, and you use it. There's power in misery, man. A shitload of power. You can pull energy from it that no one else understands. Steal their fucking souls. You ever been in a fight and seen that look in someone's eyes? That moment they realize they're broken. They're thinking, oh God, I don't want to go back for another round. And you're standing there like, fuck, yeah, I could do this all day. That's the moment you take their will. That's the moment you win. When you're in the worst possible environment surrounded by people hoping it ends, you've got to love that shit. Embrace it. Find joy in it. Let it bring out something raw, something primal. Because while everyone else is breaking, quitting, and praying for mercy, you're just getting started. When I was in the military, I led those damn runs. Most of the time, we knew the starting point and the finish line. People would start smiling and shit when we got close to the end, thinking it was time to relax. But then some savage ass instructors would hear that joy, that little burst of hope and say, fuck that, keep running past the end point. And you know what happened? That fake ass happiness disappeared real quick. People shut the hell up, cancer started falling back, and I went into beast mode. I started taking motherfucking souls. I knew exactly what was going on in their minds. They were clinging to hope, hoping the instructors would stop the run, hoping the water wouldn't be freezing, hoping the weather wouldn't turn to shit. Man, fuck hope. I don't operate on that weak ass mentality. I wish the water would freeze my balls off. I wish the instructors would keep pushing us past the limit. I wish the skies would open up and pour down like hell. Because when you don't know the ending and you don't know how much further you got to go, that's when you find out who the fuck you really are. Now, here's the thing. It's Groundhog's Day, baby. Every damn day is the same grind. You pan that camera around, it's 3 a.m. and guess what? Not a single car on the road. No people out here. It's me, the silence, and the darkness. Everybody else is in their comfy ass beds tucked and dreaming about the weekend, dreading that it's Monday. Well, guess what? It's fucking Monday and I love it. I love that the weak are getting weaker while I'm out here getting stronger. This shit ain't about running, swimming, push-ups or any of that surface level crap. It's about what those things do to your fucking mind. You don't get harder sitting on your ass. You get harder by showing up, by grinding, by chasing the motherfucker in the mirror every damn day. Look, man, most of why all out here think you're grinding, think you're putting in work, but you're lying to yourselves. Here's the truth. You're not working as hard as you think you are. You're not even scratching the surface. You want to quit when shit gets hard. You feel sorry for yourself after a couple of days of sacrifice. Let me remind you, those hours, those painful ass days, those moments when you push through hell, that's the shit that makes you the best. But only if you keep going. I know this because I've been there. I was 300 fucking pounds fat as hell trying to claw my way into the Navy SEALs. My plan, run 4 miles. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. So what are you going to do when your plan falls apart? When your bullshit excuses pile up? When your legs feel like they're made of lead your camera breaks? Or your whole fucking life feels like it's crumbling? You've got 2 choices. Sit there and cry like a little bitch or get up and stay hard. See, in life, you got to stay hungry. That hunger transforms you from some soft, domesticated house cat into a fucking savage. You've got to earn your spot at the table every single day. And when you lie down at night, make damn sure there's a corner of that bed reserved for your hard-ass mindset. Man, fuck people. That's lesson number 1 in this game of life. You can't give a single fuck about what anybody thinks of you. Took me years to figure that shit out, but once I did, everything changed. You think I'd be out here screaming, cussing, and talking all this shit if I gave a fuck about people's opinions? Nah, man. This is who I am. And that's what you need to figure out, who the fuck you are. I don't care who that is. But when you find that person, you own that shit. Lock it down, stand tall, and tell anyone who doesn't like it to go fuck themselves. Stop worrying about how you look to others. Stop chasing their approval. You do that, and I guarantee your life will change. You'll become the biggest, baddest motherfucker you've ever imagined. And my enemies, half of them I don't even know. These fuckers sit at home thinking about me staying hard just to hate me. And guess what? I make their miserable little lives even worse by staying in the game. I thrive on that shit. Every time life gets tough, I think about them. Those faceless, nameless people who would fucking love it if I quit. And you know what? That thought alone keeps me going. I stay in this fight just to make sure those haters suffer every damn time I succeed. I love my haters. They're my fuel. They're the reason I'm a fucking animal, because deep down, I know they want me to fail. And guess what? That makes me work twice as hard. Some people don't get my advice. They think I'm out here telling folks to self-destruct. Wrong. What I'm saying is, don't let life beat the shit out of you and leave you lying there. You fight. Every single time. You may win, you may lose, but you bring your hardest fucking fight every day of your life. Find your fucking purpose. Let me tell you something. Scars don't lie. They're proof that your past is real as fuck. You can't outrun it, can't hide from it. It's part of you. Now, don't get it twisted. It doesn't define who you are. But those scars, they're there to remind you of the battles you've been through. When I was 297 pounds fat as fuck and trying to become a Navy SEAL, the scariest thought in my life wasn't the training or the pain. You know what it was? That this weak-ass version of me could have been my life forever. Fuck that. I looked in the mirror, hated what I saw. I made a decision to go to war with myself. Every damn day I attacked. I set goals that seemed impossible, smashed through obstacles that most people wouldn't even try to face. And you know what? That's how I started building confidence. Here's the thing. You don't know what the fuck is inside you until you start pushing. No one ever finds out who they are without suffering. It's in those dark, fucked up moments when life feels unbearable that you find your purpose. You got to go deep into that mental dungeon, lock yourself in there, and ask, what the fuck do I want to be? That's where the journey starts. Everybody wants to be tough, right? Everybody wants to be a savage. But toughness doesn't come from sitting on the couch or living an easy-ass life. Toughness comes when you're drowning in life, gasping for air, and everything in you screams to quit. That's the moment you say, fuck you. I'm not going anywhere. And what happens? Your brain, your body, they adapt. Those hidden compartments in your mind are ones you never use. They light the fuck up. They kick in and start working because they have no choice. That's how you train your mind to level up. It's in those moments of suffering when you refuse to quit that you force your brain to operate at a level it's never seen before. But if you let your brain control you, you're already fucked. You got to flip that switch. You tell your brain what's happening, not the other way around. You decide where you're going, how you're getting there and what the fuck you're willing to endure to make it happen. You take control or you're done. And those scars, mental scars, physical scars, they don't make you weak, they make you dangerous. They're reminders that you've been through the fire and came out the other side. You can still be a bad motherfucker, the kind of person who doesn't back down from anything. Look, your legs are sore. Fuck it. You're dehydrated. Lick your damn lips and move on. Stop overthinking every little pain and discomfort. Stop acting like the world owes you an easy ride. You're not broken. You're just fucking uncomfortable. Learn to live in that discomfort, because that's where greatness is built. Every day I go into the suffering. Every single day, I've made pain my normal. I've rewired my mind so that being broken isn't a problem. It's the baseline. People talk about overtraining. Shut the fuck up. You're not overtrained. You're just not used to pushing yourself. You're sore. Big deal. That's what happens when you grind like a savage. When you get to the point where you truly don't give a fuck, you become a dangerous motherfucker. And I'm not talking about that lazy ass, I don't care if I try or not bullshit. No, I'm talking about not giving a single shit about what people think of you. How you walk, how you talk, how you dress, and where you're taking your life. Most people fail not because they're not capable, but because they're too scared of what everyone else thinks. That's the cold hard truth. You let the opinions of others dictate how you live, and before you know it, you're dancing to their tune like a damn puppet. Life is full of puppet masters. These people, they're always looking for your weak spot so they can pull the strings. They'll exploit the fuck out of your insecurities and own space in your head like they're paying rent. You want to cut those strings. You want to walk on your own 2 feet. Then you need to start building something real. Self-respect, self-esteem, and self-discipline. I had to learn this the hard way. I had to stop giving a fuck about people. That was my biggest breakthrough. I used to care way too much. I thought everyone else had their shit together and I was the only one who was fucked up. I put people on pedestals thinking they were better than me. So I stayed quiet, hiding who I really was because I was scared of being judged. But here's the truth. Everybody is fucked up. That's what I realized. All those people who seem like they've got it all figured out, the only thing they've done better than you is hide their fucked up lives better. That's it. Once I saw that, it all clicked. So fuck people. You can't spend your life giving a shit about what anybody thinks about you. If I cared about that, do you think I'd be out here screaming, running with a 105-pound ruck and talking all this shit? Nah, man, this is who I am and I own that motherfucker. You need to find out who you are, own that shit, and then look people dead in the eye and tell them to go fuck themselves. Don't worry about what anyone thinks, because if you do, you're setting yourself up to be the biggest bitch of all time. And here's the next step. Embrace the haters. A lot of us get stuck feet buried in concrete because we're too afraid to make enemies. We're afraid to speak our minds or stand up for what we believe. We're scared of leaving the group, worried about what they'll say behind our backs. All that fear is clouding your brain, blurring your vision, and fucking up your life. You've got to break free of that shit. The second you stop caring, the second you stop giving a fuck about the noise, you'll unlock a level of freedom and focus you never thought possible. Here's the thing, when people don't like you, that's the universe telling you you're doing something right. Stop trying to fit and stop trying to make everybody like you. Be you. Stay hard. Stay in the fucking fight. You know what I used to do? I tried to be everybody else. If you like something, I'd fucking pretend I liked it too, just so you'd accept me. That was some weak ass shit. Then I figured it out. I had to stop giving a fuck. Be unapologetic about who the fuck you are. If you're a hard-working, relentless motherfucker, then own that shit. Stop apologizing for being strong. Man, when you're out there grinding, when you're pushing past limits, people aren't going to fucking understand you. They'll look at you like you're insane. Like there's something wrong with you. Let them. Fuck them. Be unapologetic. Get after it. Be who the fuck you were meant to be. But most of you don't even start the fucking journey. You're too busy living fake ass lives pretending to be someone you're not. You act like you've got it together, but inside you're a fucking mess. Here's the truth. You got to fix your shit first. Fix the chaos in your mind, your heart, your life. Then and only then can the real fucking journey begin. You know what happens when you stop caring about how people judge you? You get momentum. Real unstoppable fucking momentum. And with that comes power. Not from anyone else, but from you. The more you don't quit, the more self-respect you gain. And that shit is priceless. Life is going to test you. People will try to dehumanize you, break you down, but guess what? That's when you find your dignity. Your pride. And here's the thing. You don't need a uniform, a fucking title, or anyone's approval to have honor. Honor comes from within. If someone wants to sit back and judge your life, let them. Merry fucking Christmas to them. Own your fucking story. Stop being afraid of who you are or where you came from or how fed up you've been. Talk about your failures. Own your pain. Because the moment you start being real with yourself, that weight you've been carrying, that big ass rock, it starts to lift. That's freedom, motherfucker. Here's the hard truth. Anytime you step out of the norm and try to be exceptional, people are going to hate. It makes them feel like shit about themselves, so they lash out. And these days, it's easy to be a coward. All these keyboard warriors on Instagram and Twitter running their fucking mouths from the safety of their phones. Don't let those weak ass cowards get in your head. You don't fucking know me. You don't see the hours I put in, the sacrifices I've made, or the shit I've overcome. So why the fuck do you troll me? Maybe you're jealous. Maybe you're a lazy ass undisciplined fuck. I don't care. Your opinion doesn't matter. Here's the thing, motherfucker. Life's hard. It's unfair. It's fucked up. But guess what? That's the fucking point. You want to cry about it. You want to sit around saying it's too hard. It's not easy for me. That S ain't going to get you anywhere. You start looking left and right, judging yourself against everyone else. Oh, she's skinny. She doesn't work as hard as I do, and blah, blah, blah. That's when the fucking poison sets in. Your mind gets corrupted. You're too busy watching everyone else, and now your own inner dialogue is jacked up. Man, you're in a race. But it ain't with them. It's with you. Stop judging yourself by what someone else is doing. Compare yourself to the motherfucker you were yesterday. That's the only person you're up against. That's what I had to learn. It's David Goggins VS. David Goggins, nobody else. You got to silence the bullshit. All that outside noise. The distractions, the comparisons. Shut that shit down so you can focus on you. And once you do that, that's when the growth starts. You'll realize half the stress you're carrying is self-made. You're not on their timeline. You're on your timeline. Run your own fucking race. Look, man, you got to get real with yourself. No more sugarcoating. No more excuses. Ask yourself, where the fuck am I mentally? Am I lazy? Is my house a disaster? Am I falling behind? Do I look like shit? Be honest. Brutally fucking honest. Don't sit there and try to pretty it up to make yourself feel better. Too many of us hang around weak ass people who tell us what we want to hear. It's okay, you're doing great. Oh, it's not fucking okay. And deep down, you know it. But you avoid the truth because it's uncomfortable. That's where the change has to start. It starts when you say this S is not okay, this is unacceptable. Call yourself out, motherfucker. Then figure out how to fix it. Period. Man, we've got an epidemic in this world. An epidemic of bitching. People bitch about everything. I don't have time. My boss sucks. My life's so hard. Shut the fuck up. Some of you even follow me on Instagram just to bitch about my cussing. Like, what the F are you doing here if you know I'm going to cuss? That's the problem. Everyone's running their mouths, but no one's doing shit. You're fat. Out of shape. Miserable. Good. Now what the fuck are you going to do about it? Most people just keep bitching. Very few actually step up and take action. That's the difference between staying stuck and leveling the fuck up. You've got to stop being part of the fucking problem. Find a solution. Take action. Because for every action, there's an opposite reaction. If all you do is bitch, guess what? Nothing's going to fucking change. You have to make it happen. No one's coming to save you. Man, life's about one thing. Improvise. Adapt. Overcome. Whatever fucked up situation is staring you in the face, you figure to F out and crush it. That's the mindset. But you know what? A lot of people hate that message. They hate hearing keep pushing, keep grinding, keep finding your best self. They don't want to hear no excuses. They don't want to be told to overcome every obstacle. Why? Because it forces them to confront their own weakness. But fuck them. You don't do it for them. You do it for you. So where do you start? Right here. And when do you start? Right fucking now. You take action. You move. That's it. There's no magic formula. Between the moment you think about doing something hard and the moment you actually fucking do it, there's this space. A fucked up dark ass space. It's like this evil fucking phantom in your head. That specter feeds off your fear, your hesitation, your doubt. And the longer you wait, the stronger that fear gets. That hesitation is the breeding ground of defeat. Here's the truth. I wasn't born this hard motherfucker you see today. I built him. I came from a place of fear, insecurity, self-doubt, and lies. I was that weak little bitch curled up in the fetal position at the bottom of life. But you know what? I recognized that weak-ass version of myself. I faced it. I was honest about it. And then I fixed it. That's how you grow. You get to the source of the problem and you fucking solve it. We can't go through life working out or grinding just for some bullshit temporary purpose. I want to fit in my dress for the wedding. It's summertime, so I got to look good. Fuck all that noise. The real purpose, respecting yourself. How you see yourself in the fucking mirror. That's the everyday battle. That's the journey. Stay hard.